How's it going, folks? And today I'm going to be talking about 5 things from EA Star Wars Battlefront 1 that I don't want to see return in EA Star Wars Battlefront 2. Let's be honest, there was a lot of annoying stuff in the current Battlefront, and if it's in the next game, it's just going to annoy a lot of people, so let's just get into the first thing. Explosive shot. I mean, it's got to the point where I've actually got a subscriber whose name is I Hate Explosive Shot. This is how bad it's actually got. I mean, what can you really say about this star card? You think you've got the upper hand against your opponent, and then they get one of these out, and you're doomed, basically. Let's just make the next game a bit more skill-based, to be honest, which brings me on to my next point, which is that awful secondary fire. Who honestly thought when they came up with this idea it would work well in a modern day shooter game? Because I don't understand how that works, to be honest. It's honestly just like the explosive shot, but worse in my opinion. You think you've got the upper hand against your opponent, and then someone just gets you with a secondary fire. The thing is, before this got nerfed, it was a one-hit kill most of the time. I mean, you've probably all been in that situation where you see someone flying through the sky, they've charged up the secondary fire, and you know that secondary fire is only going to land in one place, and that's on top of you. We saw Endor in the Battlefront 2 trailer. Now, while it's unclear if this is only going to be for the single player or the multiplayer as well, let's just hope that if speeder bikes return, they are completely fixed and nothing like Battlefront 1. Once again, it's one of those things that takes no skill whatsoever. You just run over the enemies and then they're dead. Thankfully it was solved, but you even had people running over not just the enemy heroes, but their own side's heroes, so you could have a rebel on a speeder bike running over Luke Skywalker or Leia or Han. It would just get a bit too crazy. Finally, I'm going to talk about something on this list that doesn't include any skill related topics, and that is those helmetless stormtroopers. What were EA thinking with them? Now, I will give credit to EA where it's due. They did get rid of these helmetless stormtroopers, but only off the multiplayer. Now, I know there wasn't many single player options on Battlefront 1, but what about the players who did like to play it? Well, they've just got to hang around with these helmetless stormtroopers, which is completely unrealistic. Thankfully, I do think EA will address this problem, and I don't think we'll be seeing any helmetless stormtroopers in Battlefront 2, although that leaked footage does suggest otherwise. And finally on this list, the awful physics that came with Battlefront 1. Getting stuck in certain parts of maps, taking fall damage when you really shouldn't be, it was all just getting a bit too much for us players. What did get a bit annoying is if you didn't have a jump pack, which was very rare in Battlefront 1, but if you didn't have a jump pack, you might have had to restart to be able to get out of the place you were stuck in. I mean, if you're not playing as a jump trooper in Battlefront 2 and you get stuck in the ground somewhere, what on earth are you gonna do? This really needs to be addressed. But that is my list of 5 things I don't want to see return in Battlefront 2 that were in the current game of Battlefront 1. If you did agree or disagree with what I said in this video, be sure to let me know in the comments, and leave a like if you enjoyed or a dislike, because I know a lot of you like leaving them lately. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all next time.